All right, welcome to Big Daddy Racing. Today we're working on the rear brakes of a 2014 Chevy Camaro, the LS model. And we're changing the brake pads. Say Big Toby and check him in.
All right, after you take off the wheel and get everything lined up, the car jacked up, then you take a flathead screwdriver just to get a little pressure off the pads when you take them off. All you're doing is going back and forward like that between the pads and the rotor so the rotor will freely spin. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and take the brake pads off. So you take the ratchet and put on, push down, and just give it a slight push and turn, and it'll start spinning, nice and easy. All right. Now, if you're gonna change just the pads, you don't need to take the whole rotor completely off, right? But if you're gonna change the caliper and all that stuff, yeah, and then you can change.
What part is the caliper?
This is the caliper. Perfect. This is the rotor. Right here are the pads.
Now, what if they want to turn the rotors?
If you want to turn the rotors, you have to take the rotors completely off. That'll be the next step I'll show you. All right, after you start unscrewing the bolt, there's another nut right here you're gonna have to hold with a wrench, so you can unscrew the bolt completely off. And like I said earlier,
now where is that? Show me.
Right here, this is the nut. You don't want to strip it. You want to have the right extra size. And then you unscrew it, and then, as I say, you start unscrewing the bottom. If you're just changing the pads, like I was saying earlier, you don't have to unscrew it all the way. You just unscrew it a little bit, and then the caliper, see, it'll start coming down. But you also want to watch out for this line, the brake line, so you don't want to put a lot of tension on it. So as you unscrew it, you still want to make sure you got the tension on the line.
What are you unscrewing?
The bottom bolt that goes to the caliper.
Okay.
Here's the top. You always if you want to make sure you're a good mechanic, you don't get the stuff cross-threaded, put the top way at top, and then at the bottom, you do the bottom last. And you unscrew it, you put the bottom down, like at the bottom, just like they be on the car. Then you take the caliper off easy, see? That's the caliper. So you look at the caliper and make sure everything looks good, it looks good. And then, if you have a caliper holder, you can put your caliper holder in that bolt and hold your caliper right there. But since you're just changing the pads, you can sit it right here like that because you're not changing the rotor today. But if you were changing the rotor, you'd have to take the whole caliper assembly off, and then the rotor would come right out.
So do these rotors look good? Or look okay to use still?
These rotors are okay to use still. They have a little glaze on them still, but we're just changing the pads right now because in a couple of months we're gonna change the whole assembly.
And put performance.
And for performance, we're gonna come back later and show you how performance rotors and calipers and pads look.
Okay.
But we're just doing pads right now.
Okay.
All right, so now you got the caliper station. Then you just get your pads, you pull it out nice and easy, right? Now, if you just know how to start out, you want to mark it. So this is the front of you, so you just write an F on it, like that. Real nice and easy.
How do you know if the pad is bad or not?
So when you turn the pad over, you look. These little indentions right here tells you that the pad is worn. So right here at the top of the pad, that's where it's almost gone. But when you start to see it close to the metal, that means your pads are worn and it's time to change them. But they make them where, like right in the crack right there, that indentation tells you that these pads are time to be changed. And then the same with the back. Just get your flathead screwdriver, right? And it's just nice and easy. It's not a hard pop out, right? Then you get your back seat, and the back is different from the front. It has a thing, but if you're a rookie and a person that don't know, you just want to write down it like that. And then put a B. That means back. Right? Get your two pads, put them together.
Is that pad bad as well?
Yeah, this one's bad too, see? You can see this one even better. See the indentation is gone? See the indentation is gone at the top. So that means the pads are gone. So see, put them together. That's the two pads, front and back.
And so front means facing to you and back means facing toward the car.
Right.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, now, so I just got the two pads together so you can see the difference. See, You can see the indentions on, if you look at the cracks, I mean, how they make them. See the indentions all the way to where the pad is. Now look at the old pads. See the indentions gone on one side, barely on this side. Look at this one, see? They have the indentions, and this is the padding that stops the car.
So how do you know with the new pad, which pad was front, which pad was back?
So just like I marked it. So see, front looks like front, right? Back looks like back.
Gotcha. So now you're assembling what?
So I'm putting the pads back on.
Which pad did you put on first?
Put on the back.
Okay.
Now I'm doing the front.
Is there a reason why you put the back pad on?
No, it's just like a personal preference, because I like to make sure that the pad and the rotors are flush. That flush means that they're straight, aligned to each other. So see, you can see it now. See, that's the new pads against the rotor, and the rotor's flush.
Okay.
Stop. Okay, now I put the pads on, and the new pads won't go on if this caliper is extended out, because of the old pads. It keeps the pressure tension on the old pad. So what you have to do is you have to get a C-clamp. That's what this is. Or you can use channel locks. It depends on your strength, right? C-clamp is the best way though, because you can push the tension, easy turn,
Some old ass channel locks.
and turn, and then all you do is turn like that, and see how easy that caliper goes in, right? Caliper goes in. That's all you got to do. Now, so some calipers have.
This is the caliper port.
This is the caliper going in, right? That's the part that pushes on the brake pads. See how easy that goes in. Now, if the caliper doesn't go in and it's hard and struggling, that means you have to replace the caliper. Because that means that the piston inside of this is no longer working properly. See, caliper's flush. And the reason why I use the old pad is because the old pad was already riding on the caliper. So see, I just pushed it on, and look, it's nice and smooth. So some people might use a little piece of wood, but sometimes I find that wood damages. See this little rubber right here? You don't want to damage that, right? That the fluid is inside of that. You don't want to damage that. So you want to have it nice and smooth, right? All right, I push the caliper in. See, nice and smooth. Now I line my caliper back up to my brake pads, and the fact that I put my bolts, how they go, is then I could just put the bottom back into the bottom, screwing it in nice and easy, right? Not all the way tight, just barely screwing it in, so you can line the screws up.
What's the purpose of barely screwing it in?
So you can line it and not over treading it, and not where it won't be stripping. You won't strip the nuts inside, the treading. So see, you just want to line it up, because you have to line it up first, like that. See, now it's lined up, and just barely put a little tension in it. Okay. So you make
tension means tightening.
Right. Tension means tightening. Right. You're tightening it up. You're making sure that your caliper is on there good. Right. You can start off hand tight. Hand tighten always works good. And make sure that everything that you put on is nice and tight. Right. You get your ratchet with your 9/16. Right. Put it in tighten mode. Like I said, start at the bottom, because the bolt's easier to access. And then you just tighten it up. Now, some of these things require a little torque, so you can put a little torque in it. Put your torque wrench on the degree torqueness of it, but brake pads don't usually need a torquing. All they need is a good tightening. Like that.
How do you know? So if you don't have a torque wrench, how you know when to?
So it's just a snug brake pads, and the calipers, they don't need a super tight. That's it, just a snug. And come back, you check it. Snug, you see? There you go, see? And then you shake it. Rotor's on.
What's the purpose of shaking
it? Shaking it means that your rotor is aligned. It's aligned straight, see? So it's lined straight, your caliper's on tight. Brakes are done. And then it's the same with the other side. And if you have any problems when you're doing your brakes, you don't never want to take off both tires and take off both brakes, especially if you're just learning how to do this. You leave one side on. If you take off both tires, you leave one side on, so if you get lost or stubbed, you can go back and look at the other side of the car and say, oh, I forgot, this part goes here. And then also when you're changing your brakes, these are called shims. If they look worn or bent or rusty or whatever, you want to change these because they come in the brake pads. But these shims look good. So we just changed the rotors. I mean, we just changed the pads.
Brake pads. Some, you know, when I went to purchase these, they sell them separately. Some come with pads, some don't.
So it depends on the padding that you buy.
Correct.
So
we got these from AutoZone, and like I said, they don't sell them together with some pads. It just depends on the pads.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank y'all for watching Big Daddy Racing. Also, when we jacked it up, we didn't record the jack, but we put a jack stand and we still have the jack on there as well. So thank y'all
for extra safety and precaution.
For extra safety, yes sir. Thank y'all for tuning in. We've just now changed the rear brake pads on the 2014 Camaro. Like and subscribe. All right, so now we're jacking the car up on. We didn't do it on the other side, so this side we decided to record. You got to go under here and you got to find the frame, which is the hardest part under here. So now the jack part is on the frame. So we're jacking the car up now to make sure we can get the tire off. We're gonna leave the jack on here and we're gonna put a jack stand. I'm doing both of them. Well, my brother is very active. So I gotta do the jacking and the recording. So you want to get it high enough so we can get the jack stand under there and get the wheel off of the ground. Oh shit. So now we're gonna put the jack stand under there like it is, and then we're gonna lower it down a little bit so the jack stand will catch. That's good. See, now they caught the jack stand, and you leave your jack tight so that the jack is under there and your jack stand. Make sure you double safe. All right, so now I'm finna take the car's jacked up. I'm finna take the lug nuts off. I got an impact wrench, impact gun. For mine, I use a 7/8. Left it loosey to take them off. And so I'm gonna put them on here. So you want to put all your lug nuts in the same spot to make sure you don't lose nothing, and you ain't gotta go looking for it when you take your towel. And you see I'm holding it on here so it don't fall off on there and put no pressure. All my lug nuts together with my towels. All right.